I guess you had this planned all along, huh?
You know what? You should come by and bring Tamara too.
No. No, we ain't really seeing eye to eye right now.
I told you her line ass was no good, huh?
You know what? I think I am gonna pull up. Why don't you send me the address?
All right, come now, because the wedding's about to start. You don't want to miss it.
Yeah, I bet. Chaz.
Okay, now, aside from Tamara, I'd say that Hayden has been labeled as the most voted character to have stabbed Gary. Now, I mentioned this in, I believe, my episode review and my Who Stabbed Gary video. Also, thanks for helping that video do pretty well. I believe at this time, it's around, if not recently surpassed 20,000 views. So again, thank you so much for that. I feel like Hayden is just way too obvious of an answer. I mean, we set up so many different characters to have either had the motivation to save Andy and or attack slash basically Gary is dead or alive. You know, as long as Andy's saved, it's one of those. I mean, so aside from Hayden, you had Danny, Sabrina, and Karen. Let's just say Danny out of the three. She's the main one who wouldn't be afraid to do the dirty deed if necessary. Then you have Zach and Fatima. Zach holding Fatima's gym bag full of weapons. We don't know what exactly she had in there, but I believe we all know what the contents of the bag. So that's three. They were heading on down there to meet with the girls. But remember, the girls got there first. But something else to consider is we don't know the distance of, okay, now, is Sabrina's apartment closer to the wedding venue than Zach and Fatima's house? We don't know all that stuff. Then on top of that, you had Jordan, who showed up and said he was willing to fight for his woman. And then you have Tamara, who the only way it makes sense if she went is if she called Gary after Hayden threw her out, which honestly makes a lot of sense to me due to the fact that where was she going to go? I mean, where else would she turn other than to the man who she has fallen for, yet considers her nothing more than just street booty? And if you remember how she reacted to Fatima coming over and saying, so, you know, has Hayden said anything about Gary messing with Andy? Oh no, your friend? Nah, he's getting something even better now. Basically, she's still holding herself up on a pedestal, even though Gary pretty much told you that he doesn't, you know, think of you in that way whatsoever. So her running to him makes a lot of sense. And I'm pretty sure Gary wouldn't be against getting a little booty from Tamara prior to saying I do to Andy and probably sniffing her panties later that night. So I really think of it as this. We have Tamara, who could have shown up, gotten mad at Gary because, remember, Tamara doesn't know any of this stuff in regards to the wedding and whatnot. So her being shocked that, wait, you're getting married? Which honestly shouldn't really impact her in a negative fashion, considering she is quote unquote married to Hayden. They were really interchangeable with what they are, but yeah, I feel like that would probably set her off. That's probably what I'm thinking. But Hayden to me just doesn't work too well due to the fact that, you know, he was having possibly one of, if not the worst days that any character in this show has had. He wasn't the major player in Marie Willis winning her case. He got basically shut down by her when he tried to flip the script and, you know, throw some blackmail, you know, in her face, but she wasn't for that. Then Andy pretty much gets the promotion that he wanted. Then he gets home and finds out his girl has been banging his quote unquote boy. So at this point, he really has nothing to lose. So maybe that's the thing though. Just because he has nothing to lose, what does he stand to gain? Well, revenge. And the motivation is certainly there. I just don't think it makes the most sense for Hayden to be the one to do it. Hayden is in season 8 and he's going to be in there for a while. So for him to be the stabber, nah, it isn't him. I just feel like the writers did too good of a job painting him as the culprit, but there are other angles they could have taken with it. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you think Hayden was the stabber? Or do you think, like me, that it's just way too obvious to not be him?